Black students aren't being kicked out of school as much as they used to be. I read an article, seems to be a new agenda to try to do something different with black students, at least in the middle school and in the elementary school. They want to try to do something different. They want to bring down their numbers, the numbers that show the black students being kicked out versus the white students. They want to try to bring those numbers down. So, in the effort to do that, they will let a lot of these bad black kids stay in school and maybe serve an in-school suspension or maybe do a timeout, stay in for recess in elementary school and junior high school. They do an in-school suspension, and they won't really make a big deal about any incident that they have. They'll try to just deal with it and bring the numbers down, showing that black students are kicked out of school far lesser than white students, or just bring the number down anyway, whatever they're up to. But I don't know if it really tackles the problem because my wife feels that if a student is being bad, no matter what color they are, they should be kicked out of school. And I feel the same. You know, if they going around punching and creating violence or, you know, being violent with other children that want to learn, then I feel the same. They should be kicked out of school. It don't matter about the number of the numbers that the school is trying to get with the with the data showing how black kids are kicked out versus white kids. It don't matter about those numbers. Kids can't study and can't learn because some kid is going around punching people. Then that kid that's punching people need to be kicked out. I don't know how that one child can drive up a data sheet by itself, but you know sometimes you got kids that end up at the public school that I don't know maybe shouldn't be at a public school because their behavior ain't right. I don't know what it should be, but different states got different school systems, so maybe some kids need more attention or a smaller classroom and they'll behave better. But whatever the case, other kids who want to learn shouldn't have to deal with a kid who's out of control and being violent and punching people. They shouldn't have to deal with that. There should be a violent free environment to learn and for all the kids to have fun and not be in fear of another kid. So on one hand, you have parents complaining about black kids being kicked out more than white kids. But on the other hand, you have kids at school that can't really learn because they have to be in an environment full of violent kids or full of one or two of violent kids that should be kicked out. And these kids going around interrupting them and threatening them, and therefore they can't function or they can't focus the way they want to. So black parents can complain about black kids being kicked out a lot, but then you're gonna have some more black parents complaining about their kids dealing with a violent kid in class. So I don't know how this is really solving the point or fixing the problem by bringing the data down when you got another data that's going up, parent complaints, because these kids got to sit there and deal with these violent kids. They, on a normal basis, would have been kicked out. But because they got a new agenda to bring the data down, these kids remain at school or get kicked out way less just for some numbers to show that the school system isn't targeting little black kids anymore, which is kind of sad because here we go again with a black and white issue in America that should be fixed and tackled. But 2017, we still dealing with this stuff. And it always seems to be no solution or the wrong solution, in which the right solution may be to let these kids get different teachers. So if the school is mostly Hispanic and black, then mostly Hispanic and black teachers should be there. Maybe these teachers can relate to the kids more. Who knows? Is there white teachers that can relate to Hispanic black kids? Yes, it is. I had those teachers when I was little, but it's a difference in a white teacher that is willing and open and reasonable to different cultures than one that is wants to teach, and if you interrupt her, she kicking you out. She's not open to anything. She just has her own way that she deal with black and Hispanic students. No matter if they telling the truth or if they're not telling the truth, they get dealt with the same way. There's no sympathy, no thinking process or nothing. It's just a cruel way of dealing with a different culture. And so maybe the answer is to get more Hispanic and black teachers into the school that the kids can relate to, or to find better white teachers that are more reasonable, that don't get complaints, that work with the kids, show more respect and love to the kids. So there's a whole bunch of different ways or situations we can go, but I don't think for the data purpose it helps leaving the kid in school if the kid gonna return to being violent again. It's gonna affect the other kids. I don't know. It's just one more America's problem. Leave me a comment. I'm not an expert. Leave me a comment. Let me know what you think.